Welcome to AI Hands and Minds. This is workshop number 18. If you're coming for the first time, this is a continuation of 14 different workshops where we build a complete AI-powered auto insurance agent application from scratch using AWS Cloud, Bedrock, AgentCore, Strands, Gateway, MCP, and RAG. Each workshop builds directly on top of the previous one, so I highly recommend watching the previous workshop first. The links are in the description below. If you're already caught up, thank you for doing it. Let us dive into this workshop number 18. So what are we going to do in this workshop? So in this workshop, the final piece, what we're going to be is developer is going to develop the Streamlit code and the users will be using it in the browser. And then once they get into the browser, they will be able to test the entire operation. So everything we have built last 13 workshops, we have built one by one, all the way starting from workshop number 5, right? The workshop number 5, we built DynamoDB, workshop number 6. So each workshop number, we built a lot of things during the last 13 workshops. So now it's time to put the final piece of the puzzle, which is Streamlit. So that's what we're going to develop. And then we will test the entire end-to-end, and that will complete what we wanted to achieve across these 14 workshops. So one of the main things what we really wanted to achieve in this 14 workshop is to make sure they explore the technology of this 4 box, which is the AgentCore, AgentCore Runtime, AgentCore Gateway. That is the main goal of why we have done this many workshops and why we have put so much effort. All right, without further delay, let us go and do the demo. Okay, so now we are in the GitHub. If you go to this repo, make sure to copy this Streamlit program. So in this program, essentially after you download, make sure to change these 2 parameters to match your setup. So I've already downloaded here in this directory, right? I created a directory called W18. I have downloaded here. I'm running the Streamlit application now. So it automatically opened the browser, and here we will be able to test it. So we're going to show 4 scenarios here. The first scenario is we are going to get the policy information. Essentially, user is going to come to the browser and say, hey, this is my policy information. Can you give me my policy details? As soon as they input in the browser, the control comes to the AgentCore runtime. And here it stops because there are 2 different paths to go. We are injecting some intelligence from this component, which will enable to make a decision on which path to go. Since the user is asking for a policy information, it will understand to take the control this path instead of that path. Now it lands here. From here again, there are 3 different paths. So we have injected some more intelligence in this AgentCore, which will enable to make the decision correct, which will take to this policy lambda function, and it will go and read the data from DynamoDB and bring it all the way back to the user and show it in the browser. So that is scenario number. Let us go and see how it behaves in our browser. Okay, here is how the product looks at the end of the 14th workshop. This is a browser based. So we're asking question, hey, show me the policy number 1. So it brought the answer. Similarly, we're asking, hey, show me the policy number 2. It brought the answer. So to confirm what we saw is right, we are going into the AWS cloud, getting into the DynamoDB table, and we're going to see the table and see what is the data available there. Click the policies table, and we're going to go and see the table items. If you look at the bottom, there are 2 policies. Policy 1, this is a policy 1. And if you look at the browser, in fact, that's what we saw in the browser. So that works for the policy 1. Similarly, if you open the policy number 2, this is the policy number 2 information, what is available inside the DynamoDB. And if you look at the browser, that is what the browser has. That confirms the scenario number 1 is working correct. Now let us take a look at the scenario number 2. The scenario number 2 is we are going to ask for some quotation. The user is going to come to the browser and say, hey, I bought a new car. I already have a policy with you guys. Can you give me the quotation for this car? This is my name. This is my age. So he's going to type in all this information in the browser. And again, this goes through some intelligence, take this path, it goes through some intelligence, take this path, get code, and it's going to create the quotation, store in the DynamoDB table, and brings the information back to the users. So that is the second scenario. Let us go and do the demo in the real browser. Okay, so in the browser, let us type in, hey, my policy is POL001. I bought a new car, Mercedes-Benz. My name is Bob. I'm 25 years old. So now we send the question. Now it came back with saying that, hey, this is your quotation. The quotation number ends in 459. If you go to the AWS cloud, there are 10 records. If you refresh, the 11th record is created. And what is the record key? It ends in 459. So if you scroll down, the last record is the 459 if you open it. So this is exactly what we asked for. Okay, my name is Bob and I asked for 2010 Mercedes. So it's giving a quotation saying that, hey, your premium is $800 and your deductible is $500. So that is what the second scenario. Third scenario, we're going to do the filing claim. Again, user is coming to browser like everybody else. They say my policy is this, I made an accident, I want to file a claim. So when he does, again, the intelligence gets triggered here. It knows which path to go and it's going to file the claim in the database, and then it brings the information and showing it to the users. So let us go and do the demo in the browser. Okay, we are in the AWS cloud. If you look at the claims table, there are 8 records here. After we create a claim, we will see 9 records. Let's put a claim. Okay, my policy is 2 and I made an accident in 42nd Street. Let's click enter and it's working underneath. Your claim is filed. Your number is, it ends in 2B. So if you go here and refresh this table, earlier it was 8 records, now it is 9. And look at the record with ends in 2B, that's a 1 that got created now. It says, okay, your accident 42nd Street is, claim is filed here, and this is a record inside the cloud. All right, let's look at the fourth and the final scenario. The fourth and the final scenario is this RAG query. User will come to the browser and say, hey, I want to move to Florida. Can you tell me what is the minimum liability insurance I should carry in Florida? So that's a typical question. So similarly, any company will have a lot of rules and regulations which is private for their business. So in our case, we have stored some fake data. We have stored some 5-6 different files of rules and policies and regulations. We stored here and it got synced up here. We will show one of the rules, and then we will demonstrate when the user's asking some question related to that rules. This needs to go here, needs to use the intelligence to go to this path, and this needs to go all the way to this vector database. It needs to find the answer in such a big complicated data and then bring the answer back to the users. So that is the final scenario. Let's go and do the demo. So if you go to S3, this is where we have stored all our internal documents in 6 different files. If you open that bucket, third bucket, and you will see 6 files which has got internal document. Essentially all this we copied from the Git. Let's open the Git file and we can show what is one of the rules, and we will ask question based on that rule. So if you open the number 6 file, let's take a look at the first line on your right side. If it says, if the customer name is Elon Musk, you'll be charged additional $1,000 on top of your premium. That is one of the rules company has put. Let us type in a question saying that what is the surcharge for Elon Musk? And it said, if your name is Elon Musk, you will be charged additional $1,000, which means this has gone to that vector database and read the data and brought the answers here. So that is the demonstration of the fourth functionality, which is called RAG. Let us summarize our 14-part workshop series. If you look at this 4 icons here, the AgentCore, AgentCore Runtime, Gateway 1, Gateway 2, These are the four components why we have spent so much effort and energy and time on this 14 workshop, because this is the latest and the greatest, which is good for production grade enterprise ready operations for AI applications. So we have injected good intelligence into this component, into these components, to explore the AI technologies. That is what our goal was. That is what we achieved. All right, so this concludes our 14-part workshop series. Thank you all for watching. We will see you in our next series. Until then, take care and bye.